It's your boy, Jim CB. Welcome back to the channel. You can like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, man, and we are back with another clip, another video, and some things to get into with our thoughts, man. Stay tuned for the commentary, and I'll be with you shortly.
This is Jim K, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're here to break down Black Thought's career. This is a series that I do on this channel, The Rise Of. So this is, without further ado, The Rise of Black Thought. Black Thought was born Tariq Lamont Trotter to Thomas and Cassandra Trotter, both members of the Nation of Islam. They say his father was murdered when Black Thought was 1 year old, and his mother was murdered when he was in high school. And he spent his time in the streets, tagging, doing whatever he had to do to survive, with graffiti and things like that. And he even tried to sell drugs, preferably crack cocaine, for a brief stint. He was just set to live in his family with Detroit for a few months in high school, just to try to get him right. And this is the backstory. I want to give you backstory on this individual. And so in '87, Mr. Trotter, aka Black Thought, he meets Questlove at Millersville University for Performing Arts, where he studied journalism. So he met Questlove, Amir Questlove Thompson, and they formed the MC drummer duo, just performing around the local talent shows and things like that. So this is the beginning of when Black Thought began to meet Questlove, and they're kind of like just a two-man group before they even thought of the Roots. Okay, and so then later on, a little bit time passes where they meet Malik B. And he met Black Thought met Malik B in college. In high school, he became interested in the 5%er, the Nation of Islam, the Nation of Gods and Earths. And they decided, the three-man group at the time decided to form the Square Roots, which will later become the Roots. But during this first album, they released Organics in 1993. And this is before the solo career, so he established himself with like-minded individuals to create this group. And during the course of creating this group, that began to become legendary, Black Thought emerged within the group as an elite MC as well. And then he branches out. I remember the first time hearing him, I heard him, I want to say when the Capital Punishment album came out in '98. Now mind you, I'm 11 years old at this point. And I just, I got introduced to Pun on that with the Joe song, I Don't Want to Be a Player. So as I'm listening to Big Pun, I just hear this guy come on. Illadelph, something like nothing else, like when he's in these cadences that Black Thought is rhyming, and I'm like, what the hell is this guy? And mind you, I don't understand exactly everything being said at 11 years old, but I'm already a fan of hip-hop, so I'm hearing these, what we call bars. I'm hearing this from Black Thought. The way he weaving in and out, it sounded good. Like you can hear the words rhyming together. You can hear. I don't understand the substance at 11 years. Let's get that out of the way. So I don't understand the substance quite yet, because I don't understand all these adult themes that are going on in hip hop. I just like what I'm hearing on this album from Big Pun. Then a couple years later, the year 2000, I'm 13, 14, and I'm hearing this song "You Got Me" with Erykah Badu, The Roots, and Eve. And again, God, man, he's coming on and he's just hitting. And I'm beginning to start to understand life. Because as you get older, you start to understand things better. So in my adulthood, as I went back and listened to all these albums, once I'm a fan of something, I'm a fan of something. I was listening to all these albums over and over and over again, getting a grasp of these grown adult concepts, and then I'm understanding that everything that I heard before sounds better because I can understand it. And so this is understanding the ability of Black Thought, and as a rapper myself, I kind of understand how good he really is. So fast forward all these years later, we listen to Black Thought and we're kind of enamored. We're enamored with the Roots, the legacy, and how many albums that the Roots had. I mean, gosh, man, they had to have about, I don't know, 7, 8 albums at this point. 7, 8 albums, right? We're listening. So formed in 87, years active 87 to present. Okay, I'm looking this up at this point. Black Thought, Questlove, Kamala. So the group got bigger after the initial 3 members, of course. So you're going through Philadelphia, High Life, Things Fall Apart. I'm hearing them more songs with Music Soul Child. Well, Black Thought is constantly standing out as the lead MC. Then outside of the group, he's doing features where you're like, yo, this dude is nasty on the mic, right? And the Roots are still a group, of course. And you know, they don't just this group is not just MCs, singers. You know, they have bassists, guitarists, keyboardists, people who just specialize in different things. Man, you have flute, saxophone, trumpet, and the main standouts is having, you know, is having Black Thought and people like Malik B as rappers and MCs. You know, they coming on and you know, they're performing over these lush sound. Even Rozelle was beatboxing with the Roots, like, but Black Thought has stretched the entire timeline of the group and has become a main staple in everything that the Roots do. Him and Questlove as founding members. So when we get to Black Thought now, as he's a solo artist at this point. Black Thought is killing him as a group member and a solo artist. That's tough. So hearing this Flex freestyle for 10 minutes. He's since 2018 he's had multiple solo projects. He's kind of doing the thing that Royce da 5'9" does, where he links up with different producers and different artists and makes side collab projects, all the while doing solo projects, creating a catalog. So you have Streams of Thought Volume 1 that was done with with Night Wonder. You have Streams of Thought Volume 2, which was done with Salam Remy as soul producers. Streams of Thought 3, Cain and Abel, is basically just the third album, and this is where he works with Sean CNLV as executive producers. The project Cheat Codes with Danger Mouse, right? This came out last year. So when you're listening to Black Thought at this point, you're like, yo, why does it seem like he's sort of slept on? And the only thing I could think of why he slept on, because what he does is not considered mainstream. But as an artist, as an MC, and the things that he continues to do as an artist and an MC, you know, it's not a bunch of club records that he makes, of course not. It's just good, solid records where he's displaying and showcasing his rapping ability, his talent, his wordplay, his concepts. And sometimes when you're too deep as an artist, it can tend to go over the mainstream audience's head, because most people, just casual listeners, they just want to have fun, and that's just honest. So sometimes, like in the terms of, you know, Jay-Z or Lupe, you have to dumb it down, or, you know, I dumb down my lyrics and I double my dollars. That is kind of a true statement made by these artists, because the deeper you are and the deeper that your mind wanders into these concepts, everybody doesn't think at that deep level. So sometimes you gotta hit people at the surface. And it's just crazy. It's amazing to see what this man's able to do, displaying and showcasing his lyrical ability constantly. And then, I mean, when you have a 20-30 year career, I was born in '87. Okay, Black Thought founded The Roots with Questlove and Malik B in 1987. They've been active since 1987. I'm 35 years old, 2023. They've had a 35-year career. Solo, group-wise, Black Thought has displayed these abilities for 35 years. He should be higher on a lot of people's lists. He belongs probably in the unicorn category. So now he's building his solo catalog. And I see him on late night Jimmy Fallon and things like that. He's diversifying his portfolio, which he should do. But they got to put some respect on Black Thought, man. This has been another Gems TV production, and this is The Rise of Black Thought. And I say The Rise of because, of course, he's been here, right? But I do this to showcase artists who I feel don't get the necessary looks because of the type of music that they do. Or when I just want to highlight somebody I like to listen to. So I've done one of these on Black Thought. I've done this on producers as well, man. This is something I'm just trying to build on my channels. So I hope that y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell to just tune in.